That apparently simple nightstand beside the bed had a little secret. A quick tap unlocks a hidden compartment, used in the past to store jewelry. Andrew does the little trick and, there it was. It appeared to be, at least he recognized the box, but he'd still have to open it to confirm it. It didn't take that much. Moving the box, he could hear the noise of coins hitting each other. Opened, the wooden box lined in red felt contained, in addition to the coins, what must have been an insert from some magazine specialized in numismatics, with photos and descriptions of rare coins. He had no idea how valuable the collection could be, but it probably shouldn't be much. Its value came mostly from the curiosity of the many places and decades from which they came. There were around 32 from different countries in the world like Spain, India, Portugal, Germany, and so on. If Rupert hadn't lost a few in Quasar 169 while battling the ghost of a wild wolf, a princess from Mars, the collection would have been at least 15 coins larger. The oldest coin, made of copper, appeared to be from the 18th century, but it was so corroded it was barely recognizable. It caught Andrew's attention that a particular coin seemed to have received a special care from John, for it was inside a transparent little plastic sack. It was new to Andrew, not only because he hadn't seen it before, but because it looked freshly printed, without any marks, dirt, scratches, but perfectly smooth and shiny. Without removing it from the sack, he observed it in the palm of his hand. It had an image of an stylized sun. It seemed to him like something commemorative, but he had no idea what it would be. Awakened from his contemplation, he put everything back and went to freshen up as suggested. It was just after 8 in the evening when dinner was served. Sitting around the table was Karen, Mary Ann, Andrew, and Mark, John's father. At the moment, they were talking about a traveling companion of Mrs. Mary Ann, who was impeding her train from leaving. Mary Ann says, "Delaying everyone's life over a cat. To be honest, I was already getting on my nerves." Luckily, she decided to settle down after being promised to be informed if it was wandering around on the train when we stopped in Newsport. Despite the impatience, I was also on the alert, because that sort of thing is always a sign of some metaphysical crisis. You know my Egyptian connections. Do you still believe that you were an easygoing woman in ancient Egypt? Karen asked. Concubine of Menthep II of the 18th dynasty, corrected Mary Ann, following this by a spoonful. I keep my mind open. An old Apache told her that. Karen explained to Andrew. Yes, a man of deep insight. He is still trying to open my chakras. My inner light is very stubborn. Mom, I'm eating. Mark said. What? What do you mean by that? Mary Ann asked. I don't want you to bring me your seers and Apaches right now. Mark said. Mary Ann dropped her fork in disbelief. I will never understand how could someone who came straight out of my loins become so conventional? Apparently I didn't take as many psychedelics as I should have when pregnant with you. If regretting killed. And I should have named you Xanashara as I wanted. Words have power, especially names. She said, pointing at him with a fork. How original. Karen observed, looking at her husband with a small smirk. Mary Ann continued. It is important to activate the pineal gland. You would be more open, creative and imaginative, and suicidal. Mark anticipated.